Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. I know I said I was gonna go live, but I'm pretty tied up with the Muhajirin project, and I will find time inshallah this upcoming week to go live, but I'm just tied up with the Muhajirin project inshallah. Uh I have to arrange myself, so it's pretty cool when uh it'll be pretty good when I leave, so to say. Um, Alhamdulillah. Um, so yeah, that's why I haven't spent time going live. But inshallah, this coming week, I will take out at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, at most 3 hours to go live. So I can just catch up, talk about things, go over things, and really deep dive into what we're facing and what I'm actually walking away from by the grace and the mercy of the Almighty Allah. Now, the thing is I wanted to briefly talk about the whole Roda Osman situation. Now, the real thing is that it's not about her doing it, because there's been many times where women have made false accusations. There's been many times where women have blamed something on a guy. There's been many times of that. It's nothing new. We understand that it's nothing new. We understand that this is something that we see a lot of the time. It happens nearly every damn day now. You know what I mean? It can happen. That it's that easy. It really can be that easy that it'll happen just like that. Boom, 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 boom. It happens, at the blink of an eye, basically. But what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that the response from the women should not be a surprise to you guys. Okay, the response from the women was very much a condescending response to the men who were thrown under the bus. As you remember, what happened was the men were thrown under the bus, and they were they were basically said, it was basically said of them that they are that they are no good, that black man ain't ish. It was said, it was said this, this was said about black men, just all types of things were being said about black men. There was no energy for any other type of man during that situation. However, when it came out that, this whole thing was a fraud, that she was doing some shady stuff, when all of that came out, right? Guess what happened? The man, you know, the men were not apologized to at all. The men, as a matter of fact, the men were looked at as it became one of those things. It became a but still thing. That's what it became. But still, they have done this. But still, they have done that. But still, so that's what happened in this situation. So I say that to say that from examining that one situation, it appears that if you're a black man, or a man in general, you're you're in more danger than you really actually think. Okay? Because rather than have any kind of apology rather than say, okay, we messed up. Okay, we knew, we didn't know that it went that this deep with her. Instead of saying that, it was, but still, black men do this, but still, black men do that, but still, this is just a one-off case. It was still those talking points. Okay, it was never a talking point of we we like we have to hold ourselves accountable for sending her money, not understanding that the money that was being sent was actually towards a false accusation charge. So that's the whole thing about the whole situation, that it as it stands right now, but the thing is, they are not going to say that, they are not going to do that. Okay, this is just the reality. They're still somehow going to put it on black men, even though it was her who actually orchestrated this whole thing, and that black man had nothing to do with it at all. Okay, so what I'm trying to get at is that for example, for example, what if it becomes, what if it becomes a case of, what if it becomes a case of just random things that happen on the street, like just random things that happen, and then you unfortunately become a victim of those things. you know this is what I'm saying, because it's getting to the point where we're not safe. Okay, because if she lies, and then if she was able to lie, get away with the lie for a long time as she did, then who's to say that it wouldn't continue on, right? Because here's the thing. When I go through the TikTok videos, right? These women have not said anything positive about, hey, we were wrong. Hey, the the evidence shows that she was always up to something. As a matter of fact, in the buildup of the whole thing, black men didn't even bash her. Black men didn't even curse her out. Black men, for the most part, were just saying, hey, something is not right here. Let's try to get to the bottom of it. And that's exactly what they were doing. And I want to segue a little bit. Be it that she is of Somali descent, I want to say something, and this is going to be quite alarming. But you will find that the majority of Western Somalis are, very, very much indoctrinated into the Western culture more than a lot of other Africans, and me being part of the West African community, we have our, don't get me wrong, we have our people who, fell for the Western gas. We have our people like that. Don't get me wrong. But it's more, I find it more amongst Somalis, to be honest, and they have the audacity to, somehow look down on us, as West Africans and things like that. And the funny thing is that they talk about like how above they are with us in Islam. But the thing is, bro, like, bro, do I need to talk about Futa Toro? Do I need to talk about Futa Jolong? Do I need to talk about Futa Bundu? Do I need to talk about Tuba? Do I need to talk about Timbuktu? Do I need to talk about Jene? Do I need to talk about Kano? Do I need to talk about Casina? Do I need to talk about Borno? Do I need to talk about Sokoto? Like, where do I need to stop? You understand? So, but she's not a one-off case, is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is that I was shocked to know this, but even the westernized Somali woman, it is not really uncommon to find them with OF pages. Okay, and this was news to me, but the ball was dropped to me recently that they have that. So what I'm trying to get at is that you may think, for example, by you trying to, for example, I'm not going to say be race loyal. I'm just going to say be pigmentation loyal. You may think that you're getting a good thing by saying, okay, I'll try this black woman instead of, like a ABW, but you're only getting the same thing, maybe packaged with a different language attached to that. For the simple fact that the majority of the women, regardless, it could be Italian woman, it could be, a Nigerian woman, it can be a Guinea Conakry woman, it can be, hell, even a Russian woman, hell, even it can be a damn Albanian woman. If she's been here long enough, you're going to get the same thing. Okay? And so what I'm trying to say is that it's more dangerous for us than ever now. So what this means is that if the women are basically still saying that, hey, oh well, she lied and things like that, it is what it is. You guys are still, you guys are still what you guys are. We still dislike you guys. We still hate you guys. Regardless if she lied or not, then we're not really safe, okay? So all I gotta say is just be careful out there, and also just, I don't know, man, at this point. Yeah, man. I'm only speaking from personal experience that being here is just eating away at me. And one of the main reasons is that it's eating away at me is not because of the women. The women is one of the factors. Obviously, the woman is one of the factors, but I mean the other factor is that my darn tax money is going towards horrific things, and it's just eating away at me. So that's why I have to really walk with my feet. And I pray to Allah Azza wa Jal that He enables me to walk with my feet. But now that this is happening with the women, I need to, like, I'm definitely, I'm put it this way, like, when I pop up in the place that I'm going, it may not have the same luxuries or anything like that. But chances are it will have, the world is catching up, basically. It will have things, the essentials that I need. It'll be way better. That's for sure. It'll be way better because this is not it. After this Roda Osman thing, I realized even more that this ain't it, bro. This definitely ain't it. I now realize, and I'm going to end it on this note. I now realize that the Western woman and the West in general is so far gone. There is no correcting this, okay? There is no correcting this. The fact of the matter is, a Western woman will always think of herself as right and will never just will never just say, damn, I messed up, okay? Even if she says I messed up, there's something attached to it that will keep the blame off of her somehow, some way. Okay. That's just how it works. That's just the general rule. So with that being said, I'm of the view that my my life is could potentially be in danger if one of them just gets an idea that, hey, this guy looks like a good come up. This guy looks like a good lick. Why don't I just basically come up on him? I'm of that opinion that, they may do that. And so with that being said, this is not a good look. I gotta bounce. I gotta bounce. Definitely gotta bounce. Now, I want to end by saying that it hasn't really spread. It spread into the Western Europe countries. You have Cristiano Ronaldo accused. You have Andrew Tate accused. You have a couple of others accused too. But they beat the charges. Like, for example, the football player Benjamin Mendy, he beat the charges. Luckily he beat the charges and things like that. So, and then also a couple of other guys in the UK beat the charges, but they were a little bit more lower profile, so to say. But what I'm saying is that it may not be so lucky with us. That's what I'm trying to say. That, we may not get so lucky. So that's why for me, it's definitely time to bounce, because at this point, it's going to be the same thing over and over and over again when it comes to not only black women, but just women in general in the West. Okay. A lot of people are saying, oh, go IR. But you saw where that got Jonathan Majors. Okay. And mind you, she was a non-American Anglo woman. So with that being said, if you're looking and if you're sincere, I feel like that everything is gone for you. Everything is gone. All of your options are finito here. And the fact that you have now granted, most of the black women who came out still in Roda Osman's defense saying, but such and such did this, such and such did that. Now, granted, they were unmarried, they were single. A lot of times they don't look that desirable. Granted, that's the case. It still shows the underlying hatred that they have. And that hatred extends to the African. And the thing is, it extends to the African because of the simple fact that the African, for the most part, unless he's down bad and needs a green card and needs like a visa and needs papers, he's not going to really entertain, the ABW. He's not going to really attain. Like me, I have no need, no desire to entertain them at all. But she still hates you too. And that was seen when Six the Goddess, I think. Yeah, Six the Goddess. She came out on a whole tirade on Africans and what we got going on. And the reason why she came out with that tirade is because most likely African was aware of her past, and when they saw the past, they're like, nope, we're not doing that. We're staying away from that. And so that's what happened. That's initially what happened. But yeah, I don't think it's safe for us. I really don't think it's safe. So yeah, we got to do what we got to do and get out, build our ark and get out, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm building my ark and getting out, although it's very, very stressful. I will say that. It is very, very stressful. But anyhow, leave your thoughts, leave your comments about this situation, and I'm off until the next one. Njadama.